Why hello there, welcome back to my prison. Today we're gonna talk about having fun, by which I mean party games. Nothing like booting up a good party game and afterwards grabbing your nearest knife and pointing it to the winner. So I will now present the definitive party game experience, Jackbox Games. Jackbox Games is a huge franchise, I don't think I can possibly cover it on my own since I only own like one game. So I'll try and see on Twitch if I can get someone who owns all the games and has done extensive research to come sit here with me.
Yo, I heard you were talking about Jackbox and I couldn't help myself from bringing in. Is that fine?
I don't care about that. How the hell did you get in? Didn't I lock the front door?
The correct question is, didn't I lock the back door? Which you didn't.
Well, since you're here, I thought you'd be a perfect fit to be in this episode since you are a Jackbox nerd. We're starting right now, so...
Right now?
Yeah, so...
So Jackbox, am I right? So, long story short, it was the 90s. There was this company called Jellyvision, and they released a CD-ROM game called Jack. This is a trivia game where they ask questions, but in a very unique way. They basically collide high culture with pop culture for the questions, making them really brain-tasting and difficult. They made this game a whole series and made different volumes and versions based on categories. It started getting really quiet in the 2000s, but then in 2011, Jellyvision Games released this big reboot game called, well, Jack. That's not gonna get people confused with the first game, am I right? Jellyvision Games then turned into Jackbox Games and started releasing standalone apps and games, and released the first party pack, which was a compilation of their older games but also included two brand new games. They decided to turn that idea into a franchise of yearly party packs, mostly built out of new games, but each including a sequel, with the ninth one coming out soon. And thus, the Jackbox we know is born.
If I remember correctly, you said long story short at the beginning.
Could have been way longer, believe me.
So, since you have all the games, why don't we review every game from the party packs?
I was prepared for this moment.
Do you carry that around with you everywhere?
It's my entire existence.
Yeah, okay, cool, so,
Okay, look, can you just not be unimpressed by my Nintendo Switch? Just look at its cool Mario thumbsticks. This baby's Joy-Cons haven't drifted for an entire year. This thing has traveled with me from America to Belgium to Morocco to Belgium to Morocco to Belgium, Morocco, Belgium, Morocco, Belgium, which is where I just went. And now I end up here in India because Ryanair crashed.
Okay, fine, I get it. Now can we please start?
Alright, fine, but the problem is we need one more player.
What do you mean?
Well, most Jackbox games require 3 players, so...
Damn it. Well, do they need to be a Jackbox fan?
Not necessarily.
So let's review some of the highlight games from each party pack. The ones that are the most famous and are the most replayable. Ain't that right? Starting from the top, Party Pack 1, the weakest entry of the series.
Yeah, people don't talk and play this one just that often anymore. People just seem to leave this one in the dust most of the time. I guess it's reasonable. Let's start from the top, shall we?
I already said that.
Yeah, but I mean like the top of the top, which is Jack 2015. If you've gone to the bathroom while I was explaining what Jack was, then yeah, it's a trivia game. Combines pop culture with high culture and its questions.
This one can actually be played with controller single player, if you have no friends that is. Even the game's host is gonna make fun of you for playing alone.
I see you're all alone. Try not to be frightened.
So if you wanna be instantly reminded that no one wants to play You Don't Know Jack with you, or you just have no friends causing you to eat yogurt while crying in your bathroom, this is the game for you! Overall, it can be played by 4 players max, and isn't stream compatible at all.
Without further ado, let's move on to the next game, Drawful.
It's just some drawing game similar to Pictionary.
Wait, shit. This game requires 3 players. Where's the camera guy? Wait, who the hell is censoring me? How can I be censored? Camera guy, did you censor me? You censored me, right? Are you making me run for it? No, you get over right here now. Like, that is very disrespectful. You have to be your third player, otherwise you can't play the majority of Jackbox's library. I don't care. Get over here. Take a seat, alright? You're gonna be your third player, and you're gonna like it.
Anyways, it's similar to Pictionary. You have to draw some prompt or whatever you're given, and it shows up on the screen. The others need to make up their own titles, and then people pick the thing they believe was the thing the person drew.
Overall, it's a pretty fun game. Drawful True is a standalone game and lets you draw with 2 shades of a color. It's also multilingual, meaning everyone from around the world can smell the pain.
Also in Party Pack 8, which is the latest one that's been released by the airing of this episode, we've got Drawful Animate. You now draw animations of 2 frames, and there are 3 colors to work with that actually vary. You can't get any more drawsome than that, can you?
Then we got Word Spud, a game that Jackbox keeps teasing a sequel of over and over again. God, just knock it off!
Yeah, we're not talking about this game.
What? Why the hell not? Is it that bad?
Sorta, it just doesn't have much of an objective. We're just reviewing the highlights of Jackbox.
Alright, but I'll mention all these unsung games if I must. Well, anyways, temporarily the last game we'll talk about in this pack is gonna have to be Fibbage, extra large.
Yeah, Fibbage. In this game, you get a prompt and you have to make up a fake answer that tricks people into thinking that answer is reality. Yeah, it's pretty much drawful. This game is actually called Fibbage XL in this pack because it is actually a standalone game before Pack 1.
Yeah, much like Liveswire, which I'll get to at some point, it was originally a mobile game. The problem is that we can't find any video footage of this app, only pictures. So enjoy seeing good old standing still screenshots of Liveswire on the iPhone. You like frozen pizza? Of course you don't. This is frozen pizza. Speaking of lies, just know that Pack 1 has 3 games about lying. Liveswire, Fibbage, and Drawful. Also, you know Jack questions always have 3 wrong answers. That are basically lies, so let's just make that 4. Also, WordSpot is full of shit, so let's just make that all the games.
Fibbage 2 is pretty much the same game, but with some better visuals, question types, another final round format, and the defibrillator, which you can only use once in a game. It removes 1 fake answer. It's a shame they removed it in Fibbage 3.
Regardless, Fibbage 3 is often called the best version of Fibbage, with its newer mechanics, better question times, and its beautiful 70s visuals. Oh my god. There's even another Fibbage game, which is actually a second game mode from Fibbage 3, called Fibbage Enough About You. Here you make your own prompt. This is pretty useful for learning more about each other. Hell yeah, Jackbox is fixing society.
Anyways, let's move on to Party Pack 2, starting with Quiplash.
Hold on.
What?
Isn't Quiplash a standalone game that was actually released before Pack 2? The game you were talking about is Quiplash XL, extra large actually, but fuck it. I'm not gonna. Basically the same thing they did to Fibbage.
Yeah, but isn't that pretty much just the same game?
Yes.
In this game, you get a prompt on your device, but so does another player. You both have to answer the same prompt as funny as possible, because later, people have to pick between your answer and the opponent's answer.
Your percentage of votes gets converted into points. That's as simple as it gets, and it's one of the most appreciated games out there of Jackbox.
This usually is called a Cards Against Humanity clone, but there's another game in this pack that I believe deserves that title much more, called Earwax.
Kids, don't Google that without typing Jackbox in your search bar as well. This game is basically Cards Against Humanity, but sounds are the answer, not violence. One player has to pick a prompt, and others have to pick 2 sounds from a limited list of randomized sounds. So it's kind of unfair because you could get like a list of bad sounds, while someone else has a list of better sounds to work with. Anyways, the sounds play, and the person who picked the prompt has to pick the answer they like the most. You know what also sucks about this game? Here's us after playing with 3 players. Now here's us after playing with 8 players. I could have graduated, you know.
Let's move on to Party Pack 3, one of, if not the pack you should buy when getting into the series for the first time. This one's called Quiplash 2, a good and also a bad sequel. Let's find out why. In Quiplash 2, the visuals are more enhanced, and you can even write your own episodes with custom prompts. It's pretty much an upgrade to me.
But there is one problem, one huge problem, which makes Quiplash 2 a downgrade as well. The final rounds are garbage. Finally, I get to be negative. There are 3 types of final rounds here. First, we've got Wordlash, where you have to include a specific word into a specific type of quote. Then you've got Acrolash, where you have to make up definitions of an acronym, which is just not fun at all, and you can barely come up with anything funny. It's like the most important aspect of the goddamn game. Then you've got Comic Clash, where you have to fill in the blank text bubble of a short comic, which is actually pretty decent. But keep in mind that you only have a 33% chance that you'll get this final round. You can't even make up custom prompts for the final round. I'll just take the original Quiplash 1 final round any day. How many times do I have to say final round? Here, all the players have to answer a normal prompt, and all the players get to vote 3 times too.
Then there is also Quiplash 3, and it has a completely new clay art style. It doesn't add much, but in its final round, Triplash, is that how you pronounce it?
Triplash, yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Triplash, okay. It uses the same 1v1 format like round 1 and 2. However, here you have to list 3 things from the prompt. This makes this game a lot better than Quiplash 2. Overall, that's all I have to say about Quiplash.
Anyways, let's move on to Trivia Murder Party games. One of my favorite games to come out of Jackbox games.
Yeah, no, we're sadly gonna have to cover that another time. This episode is getting way too long. I don't have time for all of this anymore.
Oh, damn it. Well, luckily I still have a backup plan.
Anyways, it seems like nothing special is happening at the end after all, thankfully. So yeah, that's a wrap. Wait, what?
You just don't seem to get it, do you?
What?
I've been planning this the whole time, and you didn't even notice.
Dude, what are you... Wait.
Well, anyways, temporarily the last game we'll talk about in this pack. Much like Liveswire, which I'll get to at some point, but I'll mention all these unsigned games if I must.
Wait, no, don't. No, don't. It's gonna be too long.
Commencing rapid fire in 3.
No.
2.
Wait, stop. I changed my map.
1. Word Spud. You know why you don't like this game? You have no friends.
What the hell are we supposed to do here? This game doesn't have an objective.
Livestarter, true or false, but you play against 99 other players. Not the most liked Jackbox game.
And that wraps up Pack 1. Needless to say, it's pretty meh. But you can see what they were going for, and this sets the stage for an iconic series of party games. Since we already talked about all 5 games, let's move on to Pack 2 now. Let's go!
Idiots, great game. It involves a lot of strategy. It's the most strategic Jackbox game up to date. You bid for other people's drawings, and you need to figure out what the hell they drew in order to figure out what the actual price is. Make profit or loss.
Bomb Corp. You disarm bombs with the help of your partner who has instructions on what wire to cut. It may sound easy, but the instructions get really confusing late in the game. Overall, Pack 2 is a favorite pack by many, and it's where it started getting its overall base and established the Jackbox Party Packs as an annual game series.
Damn, that's it for Pack 2 already. It seems like we getting the hang of it, huh?
Yeah, but now it's time for Pack 3. This has a reputation for being one of, if not the party pack to buy when getting started, and I personally bought it first, so let's see how well that reputation holds up.
Starting with Trivia Murder Party. Oh yeah, next to Quiplash, this is also a very loved game. Still by many the best Jackbox trivia game. You get a normal trivia question, but if you get it wrong, you participate in a deadly minigame where you could die and turn into a ghost. Climax just makes this game great.
You get to play a trivia game before you die. What a nice serial killer.
Guess espionage. This game is BS. I mean, literally. I wouldn't be surprised to hear this game claim that 98% of the world is a virgin.
The game tells you to set a percentage to something, and the other players guess if the actual percentage is higher or lower. We've heard that people actually lied on the surveys from Jackbox Games.
In case any of these liars are watching this, I'm watching when you're doing surveys for espionage too.
TKO is this game where you draw things on a shirt, write random words like names and quotes and all that, and then some absolute asshat has to combine the two of these and make profit out of your creations. You can even buy the shirts yourself after the game is completed.
Just before you're asking, I absolutely did not order a shirt to your room after a TKO game, so don't worry about that.
What?
Last Pack 3 game is faking it. People get a task like, point to someone you think had 9 felonies in their life, and you have to perform that task, but one of these people don't get that task, have to hopelessly trust their guts and point to a random person. Then, people vote for the most sus person. Don't play this if you're easily offended. Hey, how dare you point at me?
Anyways, wait. Damn, we're running out of time. Quick, let's hurry!
Okay. Strike the internet. Well, great underrated game. It's a good image of how the internet works without ratios.
The rule of the game, burn other people with roasts. And if you want, burn the winner with a lighter.
Ah! Monster seeking monster. Fuck zombie.
Racketeering, underrated game. You vote on brackets with people's answers to something. It's basically ding dong, your opinion is wrong, the game.
You disagree with my opinion, and I disagree with your existence. Last damn game. Huh. Pack 4. And there's 4 more packs to go, so we're only halfway done.
Civic Doodle, a game that would be good if people played the final round correctly. 2 people draw side by side, the others vote on which one they want to continue drawing. The final drawing turns into an unholy abomination of graffiti. After the game, you can actually pay Jackbox to get your drawing spray painted on your wall. Or your neighbors, just kidding, but it would have made that orange wall of mine way cooler, not gonna lie.
Pack 4 was underrated. And
Okay, next pack, move along now, chop chop.
Pack 5. Jesus Christ.
You Don't Know Jack full stream. It's You Don't Know Jack on a streaming service that tries to be relatable.
Split the room. No, not literally. What if you put the Twilight Zone and Would You Rather together? You get this game. Someone writes a Would You Rather situation, others have to pick one of the 2 answers. The bigger the difference of life choices is, the more points the person gets.
Patently Stupid, the game where you unleash your creativity and draw your own inventions that solve specific and unusual problems. You actually write the problem yourself, so you intentionally cause a problem and then solve it to get money, I guess.
Zeepeldome, ah yes. I love Angry Birds.
What the hell happened to that game since I played it last time? They made a film? They made a movie out of slingshotting birds at woodwork?
Nah, don't worry, that's not true.
Phew.
They made true films. Maverick City, Jackbox's take on Roblox rap battles. I mean, hey, it's not as cringy. You write raps and awkwardly diss others.
Party Pack 5, it exists, it's solid, that's all I'm gonna say. Let's move on to Pack 6.
Trivia Murder Party 2, sequel done right. Another lever-cutting, jaw-breaking, spine-ripping trivia game, literally, where...
Dude, calm down, you're gonna get this series cancelled and terminated.
Okay, well, it's a good game. Better?
Better, it'll pass the PG-13 word check.
Joke boat, people on the ship are making the most unfunny jokes you can imagine.
Role models, it might as well would have been called stereotypes.
It's a good game to figure out that your friends think you're an asshole.
Dictionario, remember that time at school where you'd make up weird words with your friends in the cafeteria?
No.
Good, me neither. You make up definitions to a random word, and then make up a word that is a synonym to that definition. That's it, that's the game.
That's game of Baxis push the button. People have to do tasks like giving their opinions, but there is an alien who gets these tasks differently, causing their answers to be often weird. If a human is certain who the alien is, they have to push the button and put the so-called alien in the execution room. Others have to vote if they think this is valid or not. Moving on.
Wait, we didn't even play this game.
We can't.
How come? We have 3 players, right?
Not enough. We need 4 players.
How are we gonna get that many players? We had trouble getting 3 players.
Pack 6 was cool. Now Pack 7, starting with the devil's in the details.
It's a very chaotic game that requires teamwork, which means you can't ever win with your current friends. The game tries to resemble real life and human chores. To that I'd say they did a pretty good job because this game made me really scared. Alright, let's hurry up. Champed Up is this cool game where you draw a champion of something like farts or whatever, and then the other person has to draw an avatar that tries to be a better champion at that category, but they only see the avatar and not the champion category.
Next game on the list is Talk About. You present the topic to other people and draw you, and other people help with you, and it's kind of terrifying, but it's also really good.
You present stuff, which I'm a pro at. I'm literally presenting this whole thing to you right now. It's my job, so this game is nothing compared to what I'm capable of. Okay, I asserted my dominance. Next game, please.
Last we have Bladder Round. You describe a word as other people try to guess it.
Pack 7, really good, also a great starter point alongside Pack 3. Alright, next one. Wait, crap, I haven't even played the 8th one yet.
Don't worry, man, I've got you covered. Let's wrap this up. The Wheel of Enormous Proportions. The only enormous thing about this game is the name, Job. It's a game where your lazy, unemployed ass finally gets a job thanks to some water cooler. What the Will Mine is like the final round of Espionage, but fixed because the players themselves do the surveys now. And final damn game on this list, Weapons Drawn. You kill each other and yet investigate on murders at the same time. Pack 8 was the cool pack, and with that, we are
Finished! Ah.
Whew, that was great. Let's do it again.
Oh hell no, I'm not joining in. I'm never doing any collaborations again.
Really? I just think you guys are underestimating my power.
Oh please God, not again.
My power of Jackbox knowledge is hold on, I forgot my word. God damn it. Let's see. My power of Jackbox knowledge is undeniably larger than the equivalent of both of your knowledge in general. And once someone even begins about it, I and my Jackbox community squad can't get enough about talking about it. We, together, will change the world and make other fan bases turn their heads.
God damn it, I just want to end the damn episode.
Well, since that's not gonna happen yet, obviously, where do I go from here? I've already covered all of the gameplay with you, but, I know. Let's go with the second element of Jackbox games.
And what would that be?
The lore.
Oh God. Please God. Please God, don't. No! Is he okay? I'll let him go on. I'm done here. I'll just switch off the camera in a bit and we can end it now. I'm done. I'm tired for the day. Oh, let's just go.
Imagine a Monopoly man having 3 children. The names are Goldie, Nicholas, and Debit Card. Get it? These are all money puns? If David's last name was Card, it would have to be the whole family's last name. Otherwise, he'd just be adopted. And this wouldn't even make sense because just as I'm saying this, I have discovered on Google that Monopoly man's real name is Rich Uncle Pennybags, or whatever, I guess. So I guess Parker converted this whole money pun thing before me. We didn't even come up with a why. We didn't even come up with a fucking why. Wait, hold on. Is anyone still here? Anyone? Hello? Yeah, I'll see my way out, but back door, you know. yeah, back door.